Discord server, but he's going to be telling us a little bit about the Discord linking feature later. This allows you to get ranks on Discord from the game, so it's something he created.
Yeah, it's a really cool feature, so we're excited to share it with you guys. I see someone asked if we skipped the August live stream. We haven't. It should still be up on our Twitch stream, on our channel or on YouTube. So if you missed our August live stream, it was a really fun segment with our technical artist Olga. I highly recommend checking it out. And we're happy to have Sir H on with us for this show as well. For anyone who doesn't know me or Andrew, Andrew, go ahead and introduce yourself. Oh, sorry.
While you're hi, I'm Andrew, also known as Lunch. I'm the head, I guess, director of the game. I do a lot of programming, and I run the team. Yeah, and if you look at my Discord profile, I have say no sleep until the beyond. So I am 100% focused on finishing that. But I'm also kind of the reason why it's taking a while. So.
Yeah, Andrew is Mr. Beyond, and we do have a Beyond segment with us on the show today as well. So if you have any questions about it, Andrew's here to answer your questions. And I'm Emily. I'm pretty much the social media manager, community manager here. I help manage the live streams, so I'm very happy to always make this show possible every month for you guys. So let's roll into this, shall we? We actually have a really exciting announcement about a patch that's coming out in the near future. And some of you may remember our past contest of Natural Selection Island. It was a really fun contest where people could choose from, I believe, 5 or 6, no, it was 6 animals of our choice that we provided. It was the hyena, the cobra, the meerkat, peacock, capybara, and the bat. And every week you got to vote between 2 choices until it was whittled down to 2. And it ended up being the capybara versus the bat. And then the bat won by a little bit. And so we decided to put the bat in the game since everyone on social chose their favorite. And now the bat will be officially coming to Cell to Singularity. Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you're playing on Steam, it actually is out already. We rolled it out 2 days ago, so Steam players can get the bat on the tree. For the mobile players, iOS and Android, we're busy trying to roll that out to you guys too. It'll probably be like middle of next week when the bat will be included in the primary simulation.
Yeah, I know. I'm really looking forward to it. It was fun to just set up the bat in the tree and to see the 3D model come to life in the game. You'll be able to see it in the garden. It'll be flying around in the jungle area, and it'll also be hanging in some of the trees. So look forward to that. It's always fun to see a new addition in the land garden. And if anyone wants to see what it looks like on the tree, we have some pictures of that as well. A fun sneak peek for you all.
Yeah, so the bat. Surprisingly, a lot of people really like bats. Our head researcher Nisa loves bats, so she was like, I want to do an entire a really big expansion of bats. We kept it a little smaller, but there were some debates like, should we call this bats or what are they, the species name? Chiroptera, yeah. And apparently Chiroptera, there's like a ton of different types of bats, but they're all bats. Mm-hmm. But we were really excited to tell the story of how mammals fly, because we did the aquatic mammals where they go in the water, and this tells a story about mammals also figured out a way to evolve to fly. So it'll be a nice inclusion of there.
Yeah, for sure. I know some people were requesting bats in the past, so that's one reason why we added them to the roster for Natural Selection Island. And it just kind of ended up being a happy coincidence that the best spot for them on the tree was over by the Taking Flight section, over by the birds. So they live comfortably with the mammals, but they have something in common with birds, which is fun to illustrate on the tree.
Yeah, and the 3D model we decided to include is based on a fruit bat, I believe, Emily?
Yes, we were debating about doing a uh, I forget the technical term for it, but people most commonly call them vampire bats, micro bats, I believe they're called. And we decided to go with the fruit bat because they're larger and it would be easier to spot them in the land garden. We it would be fun to possibly consider doing a vampire bat in the future, but you never know. I know we talked about it being a secret achievement, but we'll see if we can get to that. Beyond's our top priority.
Yeah, I really wanted to upgrade like blood sucking or drinking blood, but we didn't want to turn the bat into a villain.
No,
So
bats can be cool.
yeah. Well, they're definitely cool, but are they evil cool or like hero cool?
I think they're just living their own lives.
So one thing so the bat, when you guys do get the expansion, the bat is located. It's priced to be very far at the end of the game, so you actually need to get past the lion to purchase the bat. It's more expensive than Felliforms, which are the most expensive generator. So you have to save up. It's more like end game content, and the bats, they're actually also connected to eutherians. So they're branching off from eutherians, the rat, and you'll notice the boost is kind of really high. Most of the times things boost things by 200% or 400%, but this is boosting it by 50,000%, which is quite a lot, and that's going to affect mammals. And the idea there is that mammals is not as powerful in the beginning of the game, so or as you play later in the game. So this will help increase the mammals upgrade and make them a little more relevant.
Yeah, so it provides a little bit of extra content for everyone in the mammal tree, which I know by now a lot of you are probably finishing up. I know I've been seeing on social more often people saying that they've unlocked Felliforms finally when they've gotten enough metabits. So woohoo! Congratulations to everyone who unlocked Felliforms. Now you have another branch to unlock.
Yeah. And so this you'll be unlocking that. And like Emily showed earlier, it's in the garden, it's in the jungle, and it's really cool because there's one bat that's flying around, and it's great to see the wings because it's the wings of the bat are so distinct. And then there's a little family of bats hanging out under a tree.
Yeah.
The 3D model, it's surprisingly very difficult to 3D model wing animation because they're so like long. So getting all these like the fingers that are part of the wings were just very challenging to 3D model.
Yeah, there were a couple technical issues with that. I'm seeing a lot of people posting questions in the chat. We do have a Q&A section at the end of the show, so I recommend just holding on to any like big questions that you have that we can answer during that time. But other than that, that's about it for the bat patch that we want to share with you all. A little bit of insider info that we're not sharing on social just yet, so we hope you're excited for it. We've been wanting to put this in for a while now, and we finally got around to doing it, so we're very excited about it.
Yeah, and as Emily said, this is the contest that we did, Natural Selection Island, where everyone voted on their favorite animals. I think we did that 2 or 3 months ago, so it's been long due to get this in there.
Yes.
But that contest was a lot of fun, and it was really cool to see like which animal people liked. I know people were some people were disappointed the capybara didn't get in there, but it did tell us like, okay, people want to see a capybara also in the game. So we're excited to eventually add more animals like that in the future.
Yeah, that would be cool. But for now, the bat has earned its rightful place. All right, so I'm incredibly happy about the bat being in the game personally. I think it's going to be a really good addition. But I know a lot of other people are excited to hear more about the Beyond. So think we should start rolling into that. As a lot of you know, we've been working on the Beyond for months now. We are currently in beta, and if you want to join the beta still, it's still open.
So the beta, like if you guys, I'm sure a lot of people on the stream are actually in the beta so if you've been in the beta, we've been doing it almost 9 weeks now. So we're just like every couple of weeks we're working on it. Occasionally we have to reset people's progress. We try to give you some free cubes when that happens, but this is really helping us see how the tuning is going, how fun it is. So it's allowing us to make adjustments and get it just perfect for when we're doing the final release. And then, but the cool thing is, like, we know people have been waiting for the Beyond forever. So the other reason, the thing is, the beta is public now. So if you are really excited to try it, I do encourage you, just go ahead and sign up. It's on Steam. It's very easy to join. You just need to find the directions on how to join the beta. There's a secret password on Steam, which is like, you have to type like, I want the Beyond into the Steam properties for our game, and then you'll get access to that. On iOS, you can join our test flight link and can kind of get in there. So if you want to get in there, just look for the directions on how to do that, and you can give it a try. I know the biggest concern with joining the beta is, like, I don't want my save progress to get messed up. We don't want your save progress to get messed up either. So we've been super careful not to delete any of the main game content or your dinosaur progress. So that's your main save file should be fine. However, any progress you do in the Beyond, that does get deleted every couple weeks. So for Android, it's a little more complicated. You have to email Cells Beta. So just follow the directions. It usually takes about a week to sign up to get included after you've signed up. So take a look at the directions on that. But yeah.
Yeah, for any, in case that wasn't clear already, for anyone who is interested in joining on Android, it's best to be a part of our Discord. So if you're not a member of our Discord, check us out. I can post an invite link in the chat here, but we have a dev member in the Cell to Singularity Discord who is in charge of signing people up on Android, called Cell Support. So you message them, and they will assist you from there.
Yeah, and Sir, I guess, Sir H, do people bug you about how to join the beta, or like?
Well, usually I just redirect them to the little form link that just gives all the instructions. I try to prevent people from trying to annoy Cell Support all the time, because sometimes it isn't always necessary. There is a link anyways.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Then will we be able to post the link?
Oh, Adita got, yeah. It looks like Adita posted them. Very nice.
Thank you, Adita. Sweet.
Yeah. If you are really excited and kind of waiting, we do encourage you to give it a try. But again, if you want to wait until it's completely done, until it's completely ready, that's cool too. We want to make sure you have a good experience. I know, let's see, someone just asked about the tuning balance for the Beyond. Now it just if you're in there, like the past 2 weeks, it got really slow in the last update. We know it got really slow, so we're working to tune it the other way. We changed the way the multiplier worked. Instead of things multiplying together, they get added together, and this made things like super slow. So we're probably going to be changing back to the multiplicative system, but just high level, we are really working on the pacing, and that is probably the biggest to-do item that we need to finish before we can release.
Yeah.
So please bear with us, and forgive us if the pacing is not so smooth every single time. That is the exact thing we're working on. But if you're a beta tester, you are kind of a guinea pig for that process. So thank you very much, and please continue to let us know how it feels on the 2 Discord channels, because every day we're looking at the Discord, and we're getting people's feedback, and any bug reports we're trying to fix those as quickly as possible.
Yes, our current focus is to make the progression and gameplay feel as organic as possible, especially in terms of how long we want the game to be played for. So if you feel a drastic change in progression during the beta testing, then it's because we're experimenting with that. I see some people asking about constellations, and it's funny you ask, and let us know your feedback about that, because we do have a fun thing to update you about the constellations. We're adding illustrations for when a constellation is completed. A couple team members worked on constellations together, and we worked really hard to make sure that the styles looked like they kind of fit with each other. We're still finessing with that a little bit, but here's just an example right now. Aquarius was drawn by our technical artist Olga. Cancer was drawn by our researcher and writer Nisa, and Leo was drawn by me. So we have 3 artists, illustrators on our team who all split up the work and divvied up some of the constellations to make something fun to show that your constellation progress has been completed.
Yeah, these illustrations came out really nice, and I think for me the fun part is like a lot of times the constellations, they're just a couple stars that are connected, and I'm always like, how does it turn into a lion, or how does it turn into this guy carrying a water jug? And so the 3 illustrators that worked on it, like, I think that was some of the problem solving that you did, Emily, right? How to line up a lion to make it match with these stars.
Yeah, I did the lion a couple different times because Olga really wanted to have the point like of the face line up with the nose. So I played around with a couple different poses for that based on her direction. And here's an example of like how it will possibly look in the tree. Again, we are finessing it a little bit more. The line art will probably be buffed up a little bit, but like as you can see, Sagittarius was a really funky one. That's one that I also worked on as well. So it was kind of a fun problem solving thing to do, to just figure out how does this obscure image become something that it doesn't quite look like. So being able to interpret like, oh, that's the tail, and this could be like the horse body, was something really interesting and fun to do that we don't normally get to do on a day-to-day basis. So it's just really fun to share this with you guys and get your input on it as well.
Someone's asking for Orpheus star sign. Is that outside of the 12? Currently, we only have the 12 zodiac constellations, but probably once we launch the Beyond, we'll probably add a lot more constellations.
Yeah, we have been getting a lot of requests to include other constellations, so it's definitely something that we're considering. So this is pretty much what we wanted to share about the constellations for now. I know we're also working on other elements for it as well, but this was the main thing that we wanted to share that our team's been working on this past week.
Should I talk about the pricing and stuff about it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I saw somebody was asking about the boosting the constellations. So again, yeah, those are they're not really as powerful as they should be. So we're going to be doing a lot of tweaking to what kind of boost a constellation gives you. It's been really challenging to balance them because like in the dinosaurs, we have different categories for generators. So we have like all the dinosaurs that are from the Triassic era or the Jurassic era are like get a boost based on certain modifiers. With the planets, we've done things like all the terrestrial planets are grouped together, or all the gas planets, or the ice giant planets. And we were thinking that with the constellations, like if you completed a constellation, it might give you a boost for all the terrestrial planets. The challenge there is like some of the constellations have very different star amounts. Like some only have 5 stars, but then others have like 17 stars. So we're trying to figure out like if a player decides to fill out, like we think most players are going to go for the small constellations first, that are only like 5 stars to unlock, and then they'll save up later to get like the really big constellations that have like 17 stars. So we're trying to match the production boost to kind of align with where we think players' progress will be in the game. So it's strategic which ones you unlock, but it also doesn't break the game, but then it also feels meaningful to the progression. So we're doing a lot of thinking and tuning with that.
Yeah, I know. Pricing isn't ever going struggle, just to make sure you find the absolute right prices all the time.
But yeah, if you are playing the beta and you feel like something's underpowered, yeah, please just shout it out in the Discord beta channel. We'll see it.
Yeah, we always appreciate your feedback. Another element that we've been working really hard on in the Beyond is dispatch missions. I know we've been thinking a lot about how the gameplay of the dispatch missions affects the core gameplay of the Beyond. So, Andrew, I know that you've been heavily involved in that as well.
Yeah, the dispatch missions, or I think we're calling them now astronomy missions in the game. This was originally Ryan, who's one of the gameplay programmers on the game. He plays a lot of games where you like start a timer and then you might come back like 6 hours later and collect a reward, but you can kind of decide what currency you want to focus on. And with these dispatch missions, the way they work is, so we're looking at a picture of Pluto and Pluto's moon Charon. So Charon acts as a research mission, and if you complete the research mission, it'll reduce the price of Pluto. So I think for every rank you rank up Charon, it'll like cut the price of Pluto in half. But each rank it gets like harder and harder to complete. But they just kind of change the landscape of the pricing, and it's a different way for us to get a few more moons into the game.
Yeah, and it's not just moons. I believe Phobos that's not a moon, is it?
Yes, it's a moon. It's so small. Yeah, this is the moon of Mars. We do have like interstellar medium is another one, and I think there's there's a few phenomena that are included in dispatch missions.
Yeah, so also getting some 3D models in for those as well. I'm always loving seeing that.
And someone's asking if we're going to have Kepler B22b. Currently, we're for this expansion, we're probably only going out to the Alpha Centauri, but then we do want to explore further out into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So this screenshot here shows some of the UI components of the dispatch missions. So you can see this is a Phobos dispatch mission, and it has 15 minutes or 14 minutes left to complete. But once you complete it, you'll get a 4x discount on Mars. So this can be kind of strategic. Like, do you want to reduce the price of some of the generators that are on the tree?
Yeah, I know. I'm really looking forward to playing some more with the dispatch missions. They're one of my favorite parts of the Beyond, just because it's an element to the game that feels very unique, and it freshens the gameplay up.
Yeah, it's a little different. Oh, and I forgot to mention, so it's a timer, so you have to wait, but you can also spend Stardust to make it go faster. So if you don't want to wait, you can just spend your Stardust that your economy is producing and make the countdown go down really quickly. So it's a little bit of like, do I want to buy more? Do I want to level up like Earth or another planet, or do I want to try to get this new modifier for Mars? So it's kind of a little strategy mixed in there.
Yeah, that's the fun part. I don't know if you wanted to delve in a little bit more about the pricing since we discussed it. I know you gave me that spreadsheet, so if you wanted to go over the details a little bit for anyone who's interested.
Sure, yeah, if you have the spreadsheet, definitely.
Here it is.
Yeah, so this spreadsheet this is actually for the constellations. So for people that are asking like how the constellations work, this is kind of how we organize some things when we're doing the game design. So we're just like, we would list out all 12 of the zodiac constellations, like how many stars do they have, and then what group of planets they might modify. So is it the solid terrestrial planets or the gas giants? So we try to get all the different content that's in the solar system, and then we try to map that to the gameplay stuff. So you can see we're talking about the types of effects. So the terrestrial planet, or if you unlock, I forget what constellation, it'll give you a 3x boost to terrestrial planets. So the game design is, and what we're doing in the beta testing is just like tweaking these numbers, trying to find a balance between making it fun and everything.
Yeah, that's always our top priority, making sure we're making a fun game for you guys.
Then again, another question about exoplanets. Like, so exoplanets, totally cool. Like, I love the idea of like, we have to find another place where life can exist. That's probably going to be after the first release of the Beyond. The first exoplanet that is around is at Alpha Centauri. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility for that exoplanets.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys have a lot of questions about the Beyond. It's always our most popularly asked topic in our Q&A section. So just be sure to ask it when we do hit the Q&A, because we still have a really cool Discord update to go over, and we also have the code. So for anyone who's patiently waiting for that, it's coming up soon. But I know Sir H is here to show us some cool things that are happening in the Discord, and to just guide us a little bit about something fun that you can do to freshen up your profile in there. So here we are. We're gonna just talk a little bit about it. So I know it has Sir H, you've been working on developing a system to be able to provide roles for people more easily and to link that into the game. If you want to start talking about it, feel free.
Okay. So with the help of Lunch creating a lovely UI in game, I've developed a little thing that basically whenever you press just a few buttons, it just makes little calls to that thing, and which then that thing just tells Semblance, hey, this guy got enough progress, you should give him some roles. That's simple terms.
Nice.
Yeah, because there's, if you're in the Discord, there's like a ton of roles that you can get. I think there's something like Reality Expert, which is like if you beat the main game. There is if you beat the dinosaurs, there's like a paleontologist rank, and then all the beta testers. There's actually a beta role that a lot of people like to get. The problem is usually Sir H, they have to message you directly, and then you have to give them the role. Is that correct?
Sometimes I just have someone, just send me a screenshot of some proof they have the beta, I guess.
Yeah, so this system will definitely make it easier for you, and I think it'll make it easier for the players as well, so that there's less confusion.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, so if you would like to get a few more roles, this is using the Discord linking is a cool way to do that. So the bat patch is also going to include this feature. So once you get the new bat patch, if you're curious getting some roles for Discord, what you're going to do is you're going to sign into the game transfer system, and there's another button in there called like linking to Discord, and there's some steps on how to do that. The steps are still a little complicated. You're going to copy a message from our game, and then you actually message that to the Semblance bot that Sir H made. And then the Semblance bot will then link your game, and then you can kind of do a linking, and you'll get those roles on Discord. So
yes.
So for people that are trying to collect the roles on Discord, please give it a try, and then message Sir H if it's not working. So there's the directions there. So it's a little complicated, but yeah.
Well,
people tend to say wrong place.
Sir H, how are the people that are able to do it? Do they get stuck on certain things, or like what questions do people?
I think the main problem is people keep on sending the link command in the Semblance channel instead of directly to Semblance, which is very problematic. Everybody, you should know that that token, that link command has private stuff. You don't want everybody seeing that.
Gotcha. So, yeah, that is important information.
Well, it's like some really long ID about your game, but it's so maybe we'll change the description to make it a little more clear.
Yes, I think so. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, so that's the Discord linking thing, which is really cool, and we're happy to get that in there. But Sir H, you also created the Semblance bot, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about like why you created that and like what the process of the Semblance bot?
Yeah.
What is the Semblance bot, maybe first?
Semblance bot is just something I just randomly created because, ooh, look, I like this game and I wanted to try to make a Discord bot. So I just I want to make something that people get quick information instead of having to constantly ask people for the same information constantly. So, that's always great.
Yeah, I really.
Concept.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
sorry.
No, you're good. I really like the Semblance bot, especially because she always posts about when we tweet on Twitter. So I think that's always a fun. It's just kind of fun to go into that section and see like everything that we've tweeted in the past while, so that's always fun for me. But I think she's always just like a fun addition to have. I like seeing her online all the time. Makes me feel like I have a friend to hang out with whenever I'm on Discord at 2 a.m.
And then, so what else does she do on the, like, what are the most popular commands that people use on the Discord, Sir H?
The little, people mainly use the game command, which is just a little mini idle game I developed in Semblance because I was bored. I was like, oh, look, I can just make a little idle incremental game in Semblance. And I just kept tweaking it more and more, and people just seemed to really like it.
Oh, I didn't know that. There's an idle game that you can play on Semblance. Oh, okay. I gotta give that a try. I didn't know that was something in there.
Yeah, we definitely gotta try it out. Speaking of trying things out, I know we're just also talking a little bit more about what we can do to make the Discord a little bit more fun for you guys. We used to do some monthly contests earlier this year, but we paused those for being able to focus on development for the Beyond. So if there's anything that you want to do in Discord in terms of like contests or something, we can do Discord exclusive contests that are a little bit smaller in scale. But we did try out that once with, I believe it was a mammal art contest. And it was really fun. So if there are people who have any ideas of something that you'd like to do in the Discord, something fun, if you want more AMAs, or if you want something along the lines of a contest, let us know. Again, like we're always very feedback driven, so we love to hear what you guys have to say about that. So feel free to post any suggestions or comments about it in the chat.
Yeah, and we did a month ago. We did an AMA on the Discord stage. So we will probably be doing that again, and maybe in a few weeks. So that's a good chance to do like one-on-one questions with a bunch of the team members.
Yeah. Also, did anyone really like the Archie or Rock Q&A? I thought that was always fun.
Yeah, those are awesome. Someone had a question. Can we have man-made satellites or instruments like space telescopes, rovers, Voyager, and secret achievements in the Beyond? Yeah, that is planned for later. So the Beyond expansion is first going to focus mostly on the planets themselves in space, and then as you unlock that, you're going to unlock some more stuff on the primary simulation about astronomy. And you'll eventually, I do want you to unlock like actual satellites and like the Hubble telescope and have that also fly around in the solar system view.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we're almost at the Q&A session.
Yeah, okay.
So it's all good. Just wanted to say thank you to Sir H for sharing with us about the link system and also about how you got the Semblance bot rolled in, because it's a really cool feature that isn't in any other Discord server. So thanks for joining us and talking with us about that.
Thank you, Emily.
Oh, Sir H, there's a Semblance bot question. What happens if I video called the Semblance mod?
I don't think that does anything or is possible.
So sad.
I mean, if someone does give it a shot, let us know how it goes, I guess.
It's like she's actually living.
Imagine if she picked up. That would be cool. All right. So now the time has come to share the code. It's for 20 cubes this month. Does anyone know what it could possibly be about?
So yeah, so every month we give a free cube code, and what? And this week we did, we're releasing the bat patch, so it might have something to do with bats and why bats are unique for mammals.
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know how to input a code, you can do it directly in your game if you are on Android or Steam. If you go to the top right of your menu where the hamburger menu is, and you drop it down, and you scroll down to in the bottom half of the menu and click redeem code, you can type it in there. If you're on iOS, unfortunately, it is kind of complicated, and it's easiest to be able to get the code if you have a Steam account and you use the game transfer system.
Got some guesses in there. Fruit, cave, echo, wings. Wings is close.
Yeah, these are some good guesses, guys. I'll give it to you anyway, because you're all so close, and they're all such great guesses that you all deserve 20 cubes.
Wing.
It's a
Wing.
flight. Bats are a unique mammal because they can fly, so why not flight?
Flight.
That's FLIGHT, all caps, no spaces of any kind, and you should be able to redeem that.
Yep, very good. And it's for 20 cubes, so just take a look in the options menu for redeeming code.
For anyone who is coming in late at the end of the stream, we always put it back up before the show ends, so if anyone missed this part or forgets what the code was, we'll bring it back up for you guys. Okay, now it's time for the Q&A section. Thank you all for your patience. I know you have lots of questions, especially about the Beyond. So feel free to ask the questions, especially if there was something that you asked earlier that we weren't able to see. This is a good time for us to review all the questions that you have, and then we can answer as many as we can within the time that we have. We usually try to end around 2 o'clock, so I think we can have a longer Q&A section this time than in past shows. So hit us with your best shot.
So Cold Now Queen keeps asking when the Beyond is coming out in Denmark. Cold's the Beyond is it's not officially coming out yet, but if you want to join the beta, actually if you're on iPhone, just find the directions how to join, and you can get on test flight, and you can try the beta pretty easily. So yeah, again, iPhone users, follow the directions and join our test flight app, and you can play the beta.
It looks like we have a question from the Mad Badger. Will the Mesozoic Valley tree get a more complete background like the main sim?
More complete background?
Do you mean like the background textures? Or like layout of the tree? Because I know our technical artist Olga is always like, ugh, I want to get in there and like organize it, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
Oh, it sounds like the Mad Badger said yes, it is the background textures.
Yes.
So once the Beyond's out, we do want to, like, I think there's just one big texture for the dinosaurs, which is kind of lame because you're spending a lot of time unlocking it. So it would be better if there was like, it really felt like there's like different terrains and textures there. That is the plan eventually. It will be a while before we revisit that though. But
yeah, that is a cool idea though. All right. Oh, we got so many questions. Thank you everyone for letting us know what's on your minds.
Let's see. FSLGS. So obviously evolution goes so far. Have you made any considerations into going into something more fantasy driven, like unicorns or dragons, or maybe something more folklore-y, like folklore like fairies or Ukiah? I think for Celta Singularity, we are going to keep it pretty close to realism. So probably no fantasy creatures. Just because everything is so rooted in the science, so it might be a little odd to bring that in. It would be awesome if there was like another game that had the unlocking tree mechanism where it did explore a lot of that. I feel like for dragons specifically, I think dinosaurs are very similar to dragons because they're kind of like they don't live anymore, and they're almost mysterious and like a fantasy creature. But we know they did live at some point.
Well, did dragons ever live? I don't know.
Oh, not dragons. Yeah, but they're like conceptually like dragons. I think because you're like, whoa, these creatures lived a long time ago. Almost like dragons are like we can never see a dragon, but we can never see a real dinosaur.
They also, they do look like giant lizards too. boy. Okay. Lots of questions. Um, I know Blue James 369 asked, "Have you any plans to make the mammal tree more accurate?" We have been doing our best to make it as accurate as possible. Do you mean in terms of information, or like the layout of the tree? Our researcher always does her best to make all the information as accurate as possible. If there are any glaring errors that you ever catch, you can always email us at lunch@computerlunch.com,
Yeah.
and we'll review the information.
Yeah, Blue James, is there something specific? Because like the mammal tree specifically is like the most fleshed out. So I'm curious, like if there's a specific thing you think is wrong or you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
We can, yeah, just let us know what that is in the comments and we'll.
Yeah. And in the end, we always want to provide even more information, but there's only so much that you can have in those tiny tooltips.
Let's see. Speed runs are mostly scoffed. Asked, is there going to be a destruction mode? No, unfortunately, no destruction mode. Although blowing up planets is really cool. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be a boost. We can blow something up. Let's see. Another question from a cheat 442. Can we do something like when you discover telescopes, you can later upgrade it like a super telescope and then scour to the planets that you've discovered in the beyond? And then they're like Easter eggs or something that we looked at for a planet, like kind of like Rick and Morty's scuffled version of the moon of Mars. That sounds like a pretty cool idea. We do want to talk about the history of telescopes. So there might be a modifier that we could do with that. So just a flood. Fox says you're stuck at rank 11 in the beyond. Okay, thanks for letting me know. We're trying to figure out what's going on. There is some people getting stuck with this weird rounding error, so we're trying to figure out what's going on there.
It's all part of the process, all part of the development process, all that polish.
Someone said, is there Dev said, is there a way to speed that progress of holding the mission down to buy the speed up? For example, if you have a time of 24 hours, it takes a long time to complete that mission by buying instead of waiting. Oh, I know for the research mission, the astronomy missions. Yes. Yeah. We're going to make it so for longer missions, you won't have to hold down as long. That makes sense.
Hardick asks when there will be more secret achievements. I know right now we're working on implementing we have already implemented some of the regular achievements for the planets that you unlock. We haven't gotten around to getting the secret achievements just yet, though they're always on our minds. We're always brainstorming and spitballing to each other, like, oh, this would be a cool achievement and stuff. So we have a little list, but we haven't worked on actively developing for those just yet.
Yeah, we do want to get secret achievements are so much fun, and we love sprinkling them in. So after we get the first version of the Beyond out, we're going to spend some time adding a few of those. Now, the Beyond is going to have a slew of basic achievements, though. You'll have 2 achievements for each main planet or generator, and then there's also a group of achievements for unlocking the constellations. So there is a chunk to do. Let's see, someone's got a Maz Der Spats. Are there any news for the primate update? We just finally got the bats in, so Emily, what's kind of the primate roadmap?
Oh, well, I mean, I know that we already fleshed out some of the tree for that when we were planning to develop it earlier, but we decided to actually put that on hold so we could focus solely on the Beyond. So we have a tree fleshed out for it and some updates that would happen. We don't know exactly how big the update would be, because we could either cut it up into 2 smaller updates or one big one, which would probably end up becoming its own like expansion at that point. So what would you guys prefer if we gave you 2 smaller updates, with one being like primates and then going into proto-humans, and then one that would and then that would later affect civilization, or just one big like primate into proto-human into civilization update? These are the things we think about.
there was a gorilla in the game for like one patch, but then we took it out. So people were like, "Where'd the gorilla go?"
The gorilla will come back at some point, I promise.
Yeah. We're saving it. We're saving it for later.
Yes.
Oh, Achita 442. Every single stream, like, did we watch Dr. Stone? Yeah, I watched one episode. It was pretty cool. I gotta watch episode 2 though.
I'm too busy making social content to watch Dr. Stone. No. If I have the time, I will check it out.
Let's see.
We also, Master Spats also asked if there would be. I asked lately about something that you could get after you have done a level in the Beyond. Is there any news for that, or something like technology features or something? Do you mean like in terms of like Mesozoic Valley, when you're going through the tree and then it unlocks other features in the main tree like it does with reptiles? Because I know we've been talking about how astronomy would affect the civilization tree, and that would also go hand in hand with the Beyond.
Yeah, the plan for astronomy is to work similar to the reptiles, where as you play ranks of the dinosaurs, you unlock things on the main tree. So if you play more of the Beyond, you'll unlock more about the story of how humans learned about the stars and how eventually we plan to go out into the stars. But some of that content will be on the main tree, and some of that will be in the Beyond. So figuring out where those things belong. But but astronomy will be after we release the Beyond, just because we want to get that out first before we do the astronomy content.
Yeah, the developing a bubble universe takes up so much time and a lot of resources that in the end we want to focus on that and making sure that we're giving you a complete expansion in terms of the bubble universe. Yeah, thanks for asking all these questions, guys. You're giving us a lot of good feedback here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Filbert 24 says, will there be anything after fully terraformed environment on Mars? So that, right now the game kind of ends at once you've terraformed Mars, humans have become interplanetary species. So I know tons of people are excited about like what's next, what's the next story for humans. The current part of the Beyond doesn't answer that question, unfortunately. It's more about just the solar system and the planets. However, that once you discover and unlock the solar system, then we want to talk about how humans might explore that. So it's going to be first focus on just the planets, and then we're going to continue the story of terraforming Mars and how humans may continue to go out in space.
It seems like we're getting a couple questions about if Mesozoic Valley is having an expansion. Mesozoic Valley is an expansion. Maybe there will be an update on it in the future, but it's not on our radar at this time. Again, we are focused on the Beyond and getting that out, and there are a couple other, if we had to choose from other updates, Mesozoic Valley is not at the top of our list.
Yeah, if we do get some free time, tuning the dinosaurs is something we'd love to do. And yeah, we just have a few more. We got to get the space stuff and astronomy, and then there's also like plants and insects, which are really cool. So there's just a few things we might want to look at before we revisit the dinosaurs and give them some more love.
We do have a big wish list, yes.
Someone, Woofy Burns said, in future updates, will terraforming Mars impact the visuals of Beyond? Yes, definitely. In fact, I'll probably add that. I have to code it, but if you've terraformed Mars, I'll make Mars look different in the Beyond, because that's what we want. We want to see, like, if you do changes over here, you want to see them over there. I mean, yeah, we want to show that.
Yeah.
Just Floofy Fox asked about the unlocking like a Type 2 civilization, the Cartesian scale. Uh, yeah, we do want to explore that. It's probably going to be after the first release of the Beyond. So the expansion is going to get you. It's probably going to end where you get almost to Alpha Centauri, and then we'll probably pause the story and then continue development. So after Semblance discovers until Alpha Centauri, then we'll figure out if it's like more astronomy stuff, building up civilization, or if we continue to go out into deep space at that point.
Yeah, very cool. I know we have enough time for probably about 2-3 more questions. From the accuracy in the mammal branch question from earlier. Blue James said that hippos and elephants shouldn't be related to rhinos, so we will look into that. Thanks for
what should
feedback.
What should they be related to, Blue James? And then while he's answering that, Wolf Burns wants to know, I assume there's a prestige in the Beyond. Can we keep the constellations when you prestige? So we're still trying to figure out the prestige mechanic for the Beyond. So if you get to rank 17, which has Alpha Centauri, I don't think we're not going to do the same thing with dinosaurs where you reset, because it's not really balanced, and I'm not sure if it's always fun. So there is going to be a different system for prestiging in the Beyond. There may not be like a super reset. It might just keep going. So we're still trying to figure that out. You will not lose your constellations. Yeah.
FSLGS asks, what's everyone's favorite clicker to play that isn't C2S?
Yeah, I don't know. Micah, do you play any other clicker games?
I mean, a bit of Cookie Clicker.
It's a good answer. That's the classic one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure is. Emily, you got one?
Now it's being sold on Steam, so.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
I was gonna say, it's such a basic answer, but yeah, Cookie Clickers is probably my all-time favorite idle game. I was super inspired by it. I love the storytelling and the graphics, and the universe is so wacky, and like I love the artwork in Cookie Clickers, this pixel art. It's just such an amazing game that so many other idle games look at for inspiration. So Cookie Clicker is huge inspiration. Yeah, that one's really big. It's probably my favorite. Emily, do you have any that you like?
Well, I can't play clickers too much, unfortunately, because if I play too many clicker games, I get wrist injuries. So I definitely lean more towards the idle genre. And my favorite idle game is Penguin Isle. I really like the graphics, and just being able to like customize your own little island is very fun to me. I like relaxing games like that. So yeah, that's the one I recommend.
Yeah, Yeah, Penguin Isle is such a beautiful game, and with Solid Singularity, we try to balance like the beauty and also the economy of an idle game. It's to try to create something that's very relaxing. So yeah, Penguin Isle is a great reference. Oh, how long do bats need until they'll be released, or how far do you? So bats are at the end of the mammal content, so they're past Feliforms. And the bat patch is out on Steam right now. It'll be coming out to Android, iOS middle of next week, hopefully.
Woohoo! All right, I think one or two more questions. I think one more question. Let's do one more.
Oh, some people have Cookie Clickers playing right now. It just came out on Steam, so it's crazy. The game's so old, but it just came out. It's like huge on the Steam charts. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if people are idling Cookie Clickers in the background.
We do have a question from just a Floofy Fox. What type of animal is going to be after bats? Or a type unlocked with metabits on the left side? I don't know if we'll be doing another branch in the mammal tree, just because there are so many branches of like particular animals. But again, like the contest we did with the Natural Selection Island really gave us some insight as to what kinds of animals our fan base wants to see in the game. So we might do another contest like that in the future, where it's like, you get to choose from this many animals or something, and so one of them will end up in the game, or maybe we'll drop something. But we'll be thinking about it in the future for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, we did bring up primates earlier, so primates are on the list. They're actually on our roadmap. So that's, if there is another mammal that unlocks with metabits, it'll most likely be like the gorilla or the primates.
Mm-hmm.
I did see Paul 551 was asking about Beyond Phase 2. So currently we're just really thinking about trying to get the main version of the Beyond out with the planets, and then we're gonna see how everything feels and decide what the next steps are for that.
Yeah, I know we've gotten lots of questions and talking about theoretical evolution and everything, but ultimately we would still need to flesh out those details. And right now we're just focused on the first phase. And that, I think, pretty much concludes our Q&A section. So thanks everyone for tuning in to our live stream this month. As always, it's always great to see you all here and to see you active in the chat and asking us questions. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah. And someone asked, sorry, some more questions. Someone asked, do we have products for C2S? Yeah, you can get this awesome coffee mug. Or you can get this cool shirt.
Woohoo!
We that's in the cool. We mailed you one. That's good. We've been meaning to actually, like, as a team, I really want to do like a swag day where we all design our own swag for the game, like shirts, and then see who can come up with the coolest like Cell to Singularity like related thing, and then we might put it on our store.
We do need to develop more merch for sure, just because I think people would be a big fan of it.
Yeah.
Question: would anyone be interested in like a small semblance plushie? I'm asking because I have some ideas as well. Also, any Archie merch? Would anyone be interested in any Archie merch? Because I might design something. Yeah.
Team Archie merch.
Woohoo!
I think we might have a prototype of that on the way. So. Yes. You'll get to see that, but if you do want a mug or something, it's there's a merchandise thing in the options menu, but we do want to get some really cool. I do think we need to get our swag game up to get some cooler items in there.
For sure. Yeah, I mean plushies would be great, but we would have to have a lot of people requesting plushies for us to consider selling them on a store or on a regular basis. That might be more of a limited edition thing, but we'll see. One thing at a time.
I have another random question. Does anyone play Roblox at our player base? Like anyone?
Yes.
Does anyone play Roblox?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Got some Roblox yet? All right. Cool. We were thinking like it would be fun to make like we were thinking what if we took some of the assets that are in Cell of Singularity and made like a playground in Roblox with some of the same 3D models, so you could like walk around in third person. So we were thinking about experimenting with that potentially.
That would be cool.
But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys again. As always, it's always really fun to see you and to chat with you and see what's going on with you guys. For anyone who missed it earlier, the code for this month is flight. It's for 20 cubes. Again, all caps, no spaces. If you have any issues with the code, let us know. And thanks again for tuning in. We hope you had as much fun as we did. And we'll see you for our October live stream.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you guys in October. And thanks for helping us test the beta.
Awesome. And thank you, Sir H, for joining us as well. It's been
This
great
was
having
fun.
you.
This was a lot of fun.
Nice, yeah. We should do it again sometime.
Thanks for joining.
Love to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye. Stay cellular.
Stay cellular.